and see if I can actually do woodland photography. It is actually going to destroy... Oh, yeah, getting bitten. I've been bitten by bugs. I'm going to do a thorough tick check when I get back because I had one trying to bury into my hand. I am a brand and portrait photographer, and that is my profession. That's my bread and butter. And I have been told in the past, quite a few years ago, that I don't have a firm grasp on landscape photography, which actually really hurt because that's how I got into photography. I was doing landscapes, I was doing macro photography, and it's only in the past 9 years that I've actually gone into the brand and the portrait. So I am here today to see if I can prove otherwise. I want to prove to myself. I also want to just try to change my perspective because certainly if you're sticking to the same style all the time, it can become stale. And the woods is my place of heaven. This is where I come to relax and chill out, whether I put my hammock up. And I want to be able to capture what I feel when I actually visit these particular woods. So will you come on my journey and see if I can do it? Can a brand and portrait photographer do landscape? Cue the B-roll. While I'm starting to head in a direction that I think will make some good photographs, I thought I would go through some of the stuff which, from my brand and portrait experience, actually transfers. And that's the same old things, that it doesn't matter what kind of photography that you are actually doing, it will apply. Let me just turn around. So we're in a typical plantation. You can see all the Douglas firs behind me, which is really nice. Of course, the dead ground underneath where little grows because of the needles. What we're looking for is composition. We want nice, clean lines. We don't want it to be confusing to look at. We want, obviously, things like the rule of thirds. We want to, if we can, have some leading lines because it helps guide the viewer straight through their shot, basically. And sometimes you just have to take a moment to look around. It's just magical being in the trees. This is why I love the woods so much. But let's get to it. Let's find our shots and see if I can actually do woodland photography. I found this little spot here. It has a path that leads through the trees. One thing I do have to be careful here is that the ground is so spongy that it's not actually that great for the tripod. So it's two tripods on the go and both of them are a little bit on the dodge side. So the way that I'm compensating here, because I really want to have it sharp, I don't want there to be any movement. It's low light. As you can see, there's very little contrast, so that should create a nice dreamy effect on the image. But because it's only 1/6 of a second, I don't want to touch the shutter release up here. I've set my back screen to touch screen, so I can touch that. There's very little vibration that does it. So I'm quite actually happy with that one. I'm in a slightly new location. It's literally just down the slope from where I was. It is a series of what looks like redwood, and as you can see, Here we go. It's quite light in the sky, which is surprising because it's just starting to rain, which isn't a bad thing because I'm looking for low contrast shots today. But as you can see, if I just turn you to my right, you see how much contrast there is, even from here where you've got the lightness from the fields and where it is brighter on the footpath down below because it's a bit more open, and down below here. It's going to be quite distracting, I think. So what I'm actually looking for in amongst these trees is something that really kind of draws my attention through. There isn't really a footpath, not one that I can access easily because it is on a very steep slope. And as you can see, let me just bring you through. Do you see how glorious those lines are? Absolutely glorious. So this is what I'm doing in between the rain showers, hoping that it might actually put off the bugs right now. What I do just for photography. We are coming into afternoon now and the light is actually getting more contrasty. There is blue sky up there, and I'm trying to take this as it comes, and I found this lovely patch here. As you can see, the cloud has actually just literally come back over again, but it's a lighter patch. We'll zoom in to my camera in a minute, and you will see that I was kind of hoping that the lighter patch would be drawing the attention through. We have foreground and we have middle ground and background, which will add a little bit of depth. And here I wanted to do a bit of making sure that everything was in focus. So I have switched to manual focus mode. So you can see the red lines on my camera show everywhere that is actually in focus. Yeah, I'm going to be moving out of this spot because it is so full of bugs. It is actually going to destroy. Oh, yeah, getting bitten. Okay, so that is me done for this afternoon. Feeling pretty itchy for the bugs. Kind of forget sometimes being out in nature is a lot different. You're subject to whatever it is out there. I'm going to do a thorough tick check when I get back because I found one trying to bury its way in my hand. Nice! Has this persuaded me to do more woodland photography? We'll see.